We've had this conversation now for the last 3 weeks. We need to figure out what this camera angle is and set some markings and specifications.
We're gonna get tape.
We got at this point we got to, because look, I'm about tired.
It doesn't go with my decor, but I'm willing to do that.
It doesn't go with your decor. Do we gotta get like a better setup, you think?
No, this is great.
That's what I'm saying. So
I'm saying tape doesn't go with my decor.
Oh, tape doesn't go with. I don't know. Maybe if we get some nice wood colored tape.
Okay.
I'm not as you can tell, I'm not a home decor guy. Living spaces.
Bro, if you don't get the bro.
Oh my God, my chest hurts. Look, man, we just try to do, it's been a long day for some of us, all right? You already know what's going on.
It's been a long day, but we keep it going. I'm high energy right now.
Bro.
Shout out to the drink down there.
The drink down there. That's sick. I have water in my cup today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm proud of myself.
That's why you had, this man trying to cap like he didn't have, like he have.
I get this is keep it a buck, bro, but like exactly. You know what they do? They put the little shooters in there. I probably had 2 of those shooters, if that. I'm okay.
What is this, bourbon?
Huh? What happened?
This is whiskey? Oh, you know me, huh?
This is what?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Can I get a hey, how are you?
Can I get a hey, how are you?
Can I get a hey, how are you? And we are back. Episode 6. Going crazy.
6. Oh, you know what? I take that back.
Oh,
you know what? I almost forgot. I was gonna play a crazy introduction song today.
That's fire.
But because it is obviously in honor of the best artist to ever live in this existence,
the Drake stands are out now.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do something. We're gonna do something a little bit different. I'm actually gonna throw a curveball, and I have the perfect song that I'm actually gonna play for this.
What is it?
Oof, you just wait there. You just wait your pretty little butt there, buddy boy. We're gonna go to So Far Gone, and we're gonna go to Cam. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and tune me up with go ahead and tune me up for that one right there. Ladies and gentlemen,
I like that.
Please welcome
I like that.
yourselves to episode 6 of Keep It a Buck. I am your suave and elegant co-host
with the
Rue, ROO, obviously with the boy himself, Cam Juice, and our lovely and amazing producer, Miss Cat's Kitchen Crafts.
KB Holmes,
you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the lady. Happy to be back, obviously. Cam, this is episode 6, man. We're holding it down, bro.
Episode 6, holding it down, being consistent. I mean, especially with shooting on Fridays, like most people don't understand. It takes a lot to do that on a Friday, but
on a Friday, after a long work week, sometimes you just want to enjoy yourself.
You
know, sometimes you just want to get a drink, or sometimes
you just want to catch a vibe, go, you know what I'm saying? Do whatever you like. But we're doing this because, the clips have been a hit, the pod has been a hit so far, the support's been great so far.
Absolutely. And that's one of the biggest things. I got to take the time to thank everybody who's been reaching out to myself. Cam, I don't know if people have been reaching out to you.
Yeah,
I'm sure they have.
Yes and no. I mean, the cool thing about me is one of my homies I haven't talked to in a while, shout out my boy Troy Anderson.
Oh, homeboy that commented on the clip, right?
Yeah, he's like, this popped up on my feed, and he was like, it was cool to me because I was like, damn, I haven't really talked to him in a while.
In a minute.
But the fact he saw that was cool to me.
When I have conversations with people, man, it's crazy because a lot of people who I don't expect to listen to the pod are tuning in. And I mean, to me, at the end of the day, it's really not, I'm not looking for one person's specific approval. But what I am excited to see is that people are taking at least something from this. I mean, I'm not here to be like a life guru by any means. I don't think that's the point of this. I think it's more so a reflection of our day-to-day experiences and of what we've accumulated within our 25 years of life. But I think it's dope to see that people can find something to be empathetic or sympathetic with when they listen to us chop it up on some topics. And I mean, it's a beautiful feeling, man. I feel like, we're, bringing a community together, obviously, part of the OPM family. We're just kicking it, what I'm saying, hanging loose, just doing what we can. But all that being said, man, hey, welcome back. This is Keep It a Buck, obviously, if you don't get that by now. And today, look, man, this is a special episode in general. But with this being the big sixer, Cam, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and cue up what we have for our lovely visuals. I'll go ahead and put that song up next. But if you're tuning in with us on Spotify, oh boy.
You know, shout out to Spotify faithful. Kind of see why you guys rock with Spotify. I'm not gonna lie, they're a little better. If we didn't have iPhones
or MacBooks,
and you know, didn't have a whole 20,000 song catalog that we had to move over, we'd probably be on Spotify.
Absolutely,
listening to the music.
Absolutely.
Over there.
But that's a lot of music, dog. I've been rocking steady with Apple Music since
it came out.
Since they had a streaming platform.
Yeah.
I was buying music on iTunes. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard just to up and go. But, maybe when Spotify starts to sponsor us and we become truly a Spotify exclusive, we can then switch over to Spotify.
I agree. That'd be nice.
All that being said, though, Cam, ladies and gentlemen, in honor of the Big Sixer itself, I present to you Lust for Life off of Drake's 2009 mixtape, So Far Gone. Turn me up, Cam. I mean, Cam, another week has passed and we're here at a Friday, man. Talk to me. How was your week, dog? How are you living? How's life? What'd you do? If you hear that gentleman, that's the lovely Mac. He can't be out here with us keeping it a buck, so he's in there stuck.
Yeah, that was a bar.
That was a bar, but shout out to our boy Mac, man. He's a lovely black lab. Let's put a picture of him right here.
Yeah, but anyways, week's been good. Been grinding. Had a little downtime, so I've been focused on kind of getting the pod in order, aligning things, kind of taking some time to reflect on some stuff.
For sure.
Been at the Collective a couple times this week.
I'm about to say, how's that experience?
It's been good. It's crazy. Like,
saw you caught a guest appearance.
Yeah,
out there,
I actually
man.
saw that boy Ja Moran in there.
Wow.
That was cool.
I'm surprised you didn't gritty up to him.
Nah. He was actually training, and that was just a more respectful thing.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, I'm never really starstruck. That was the first time I was like, damn, this man Ja Moran is just really in here, like casually. So like for me, I know the more and more I work out at this gym and do stuff at this gym,
it's just gonna come. It's gonna come with the territory.
I'm gonna see these people. Like my homie Mac that I saw today, he saw like Andre Robertson last week. The day he played for the Thunder. Yeah. So it's like it's just gonna be a normal occurrence to see these people in there. But it was cool. That gym's been really. I love it, bro. Like the energy in there, it's just different. Like I was telling you guys earlier, I feel like I don't get tired in there when I'm working out.
Yeah.
The weights are super nice. It's really private, so you don't gotta wait on machines, which is perfect. So like, if you want to go do whatever, you don't gotta wait, and that's what I love about it.
See, us commoners work at Gold's Gym.
I mean, I still go to Gold's, bro. I still got my membership there.
Shout out to the lifting crew at Gold's, man. They've been holding it down for the boy. Like I said, I joined a group of people recently to try to up myself, bro, to try to challenge myself, and it's been good work, man. I almost had an injury today, so I had to, call itself short. When you're lifting too much weight, it just comes naturally with the territory, I guess. But
are you just not built or something?
Oh my God, me not
your
built.
body's just not used to that.
Not built. Come
body's
on,
not used to that.
Well, you know who I am. Do you see this?
Yeah, the body.
Come on, bro. Do you see? Come on, bro. Not built. What does this hat say?
I don't know. What does this hat say? This is that exclusive for real.
Oh, it's crazy because these both look like Arizona Diamondbacks colors.
Yeah, this looks like Arizona Diamondbacks Final Few. We'll actually post their stuff right here. But, shout out to the boy Bash. But, and Meeks. These, what were we talking about? Some damn hats?
We were originally talking about the gym and lifting, but
yeah, I mean, like I said, the gym's been great for me. I've really appreciated going as much as I can. The recovery in there is amazing. So very thankful to have the opportunity to go to that place and network. And, when the boy Cayman gets back, we'll be in there. We'll both be in there together doing some stuff and kind of get some stuff in works for opinionated media. Yeah, speaking of Cayman.
By the time this comes out, his tape should be at least 2 weeks out by now.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, in the last episode, we premiered a brand new segment where we show love to some of the artists we know and some of the music they've put out. One of our good friends, somebody I met through the pleasure of Cam, put out, I want to say, is this his second EP now?
This is his second EP, which is good finally because the first EP came out at a time where he was going through a lot of struggles in his life. So it's been a couple years since that came out.
I'm about to say it was 2018 or 19 or 20.
2019.
It was 19.
Yeah.
I'm about to say because it's been.
It's 2019.
It's been a few years.
Yeah.
So released that tape 3 years ago, and then he just released Horizons today, which is August 19th. So go whatever platform you use, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Google, whatever, YouTube, and look up Kaimon, Kaimon, looking at the Horizons EP. And that is a very beautiful project. What song? I posted a song on my story today.
I think it was
IDK Where December Went.
Yeah, I don't know where December
went. That boy right there was my personal favorite off my first listen. It just felt a lot more sensual and a lot more personal. But I like it. You could definitely tell Kaimon has grown as an artist. From that tape and everything he's put out to Horizons. And I hope he releases his first album out of Austin.
Oh, for sure it's gonna happen. I'm gonna push him to too.
Oh, bro, I'm excited to see that. But for now, obviously, this EP is phenomenal. I want to say it was 7 tracks about.
Yeah, it's about 7.
About 7 tracks. Yeah. So a very genuine, a very thorough, and amazing listen. It's something that I think represents kind of a new beginning for him. Maybe something that brings about a new day, a new perspective. And I felt very good listening to that. That's definitely a very feel good. I could wake up tomorrow and go hiking and I would play that. You know what I'm saying? That's something that makes me feel appreciated. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those albums where it has something for everybody, but not just in a manner that's kind of stereotypical, but it's something that I feel like, you know, it's not just a typical bar for bar. It's something that's very, like I said, bro, it's a good listen. It's an easy listen.
Very, very smooth. Like, you really don't have any hard-hitting songs until the end.
Exactly.
And I love that.
Exactly. The song y'all used for y'all's intro,
Consuming.
Oh, bro, that song is the hard. That was a
perfect like ender.
That was the one that pulled the punches, or that didn't pull the punches. So that, like I said, that if you haven't, Horizons EP, we'll plug the link down below. If you're listening via YouTube, Spotify, we'll put in the audio description, at least his name, so you guys can definitely go take a look at that. And then June also dropped his tape today.
He sure did. I actually was running that last night.
How was that for you?
Good, bro. I've only one listen. It's a lot of tracks. It's like 20 something tracks. So it was a lot of tracks, but
it's hard, bro. Orange Print, honestly, has been his best body of work for me, other than Port of San Francisco. So it's tough because I have high expectations. After Orange Print, I have super high expectations.
What is the one I like? Because I like
and if you know, back when I was on my my Ayo Rue, I actually dropped Orange Print as one of my top 10 albums you should be listening to in 2021. Just because it felt like the ultimate album that you know what I'm saying, it really it put some pressure on. I think Larry June really was in his bag when like, mind you, I've all
What year was that when he dropped Orange Print?
Last year.
That was last year?
It was last year. Bro, it was on my top 10 albums you should be listening to in 20.
Orange Print is
like
fire.
10 or 9. Bro, songs like Wait on Me, 6 a.m. and Sausalito,
Iced Coffee,
Intercepted, Iced Coffee,
Tangible Assets,
2 Mile Bike Ride, just a phenomenal album. And he dropped that new today. So I plan on listening to it tonight when I get home, running a little bit of that multiverse, just being in my bag, chilling, hanging out, having a good time. So
my personal tape by Larry is Adjust to the Game.
Adjust to the Game.
Yeah,
Yes. You got to shout out to Larry, because Larry's always been a big game person. A big, if I may, wait for it, dedication person. You dig? So, I mean, yeah, man. I'm glad to see you. You had a good week. Very productive week. I feel like I was in a very hardworking space. I felt like myself, man. I'll tell you, one of the best things that's been good about getting back in the flow of producing content is actually doing it and having you guys around me to check in on me. People showing love to the clips. When I took a break and I got in that place of complacency, it was crazy how many people let me know that they missed the content. Not as an ego booster, but as something that made me feel like I put a smile on people's faces. I was able to maybe bring a glimpse of happiness, or maybe I was able to make people take a break from whatever harsh reality or whatever they may be enduring or going through. Or just a simple break in the day to, take a second to step back and enjoy the content. You good?
Yeah, sorry, I was just thinking.
Nah, bro, I'm about to say that whiskey looked like it was hitting a little different, dog.
Nah.
I'm about to say, you need a break to enjoy some content.
I'm good, though.
Yo, hey, man, look, I'm going to tell you right now, that boy Cam was going through it for about 5 seconds.
Come on, I'm a
professional
drinker.
He wasn't dedicated to that drink. I'm going to tell you like that. Shit. But I think, bro, and I mean, you guys definitely can relate to this. When people start coming out in droves to show y'all love, it's different. You know what I'm saying? You really realize how much. I bet y'all, if y'all stopped OP today, you would see the impact it would have on the amount of people that'd be like, what happened? You guys were having a movement. You guys were having some sort of, you guys had this thing going and it looked so good and you guys looked like you had a lot. What happened? You would really see the resonance. And that's the crazy thing about it, bro, is because you have to have a certain amount of intensity, tenacity. You have to have a certain amount of love and appreciation for your craft and what you do, because a lot of the time it's in those moments of, for me personally, my experience was when I stopped doing what I was doing, people were showing love to me. They were, man, where's the videos at? We missed the Sunday soliloquies, or we missed the reactions. You should be doing some form of content. I was like, damn, really? You know what I'm saying? I never felt like that when I was. But it's until you know what I'm saying? The old saying, people don't appreciate what's there until it's gone.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying that to myself. I'm just saying that in general. And that's why today's topic really correlates with why I feel like it, the biggest thing that has to appreciate everything you do, first of all, starts with yourself. And within that comes the amount of work, the amount of love, the amount of respect you're going to give to what you do. Because if you lack any of those things, it's something you're passionate about, something you never drive for. You mentioned a couple episodes ago, if you have a passion for something, it doesn't really go away. Well, that passion comes with something, especially if you're pursuing something that's greater than yourself. Dedication. It's a tough concept. It's something that you have to be able to be consistent with. And what's the word I'm looking for, man? You have to be intentional with. You can't fake dedication. You can't. Because sooner or later, it all falls down.
Thinking of Kanye as soon as you said that.
That's what you're supposed to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's something that is more or less, it's going to be a bar, I feel like. Appreciation derives from dedication. Because the second that you stop doing what you're doing, is when people start showing their perception, their appreciation, how they feel. And a lot of times when, we had a conversation a while back, I think actually, as a matter of fact, the first episode, Kat, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I know you're a fact checker here. We were talking about CJ and how CJ had that video made for him for Park Car Talks, right? And you pulled me aside at the party, Kat was there, and you were talking about how, like, it reminded you how sometimes you feel like you lack that, like how you wish you would have people tell you in a sense, like, good job, Cam.
Oh, for sure.
Hey. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's that sense of recognition, so to speak. But I think that's such an integral part of dedication, because you guys have come as far as you've come without that acknowledgement. Yeah. Like, you've had people, by all means, show you love on many accounts. Yeah. People who you guys know are working now in various positions, that are from various walks of life, that do a lot of different things. You get what I'm saying? So it's a real big thing. But you have to understand, your dedication now has brought you guys to a place to where, again, you have some who I would consider, for everything we've done, high-profile guests.
Oh, for sure. And that's kind of like, I was thinking about that as you were saying all that stuff, because we've had a ton of guests on. Like, what's cool about everything is, like, us starting the podcast from where we started it from, the basement, literally, like my parents' media room, and then kind of like
the good old chairs.
The good old chairs.
The good old chairs. The boys were
like this, but it was fine. Yeah, bad quality. Audio was ass, but we were learning. We had to start.
That's exactly. And people want to perfect everything off rip.
Exactly. We had to start. We had to learn. I mean, Albert was shooting them then, seeing Albert's growth, his dedication to the camera work, the hours he's put in, how good he's gotten.
Amazing. Phenomenal.
And he's like, he works at his craft just as much as we do. I mean, me, especially lately, me editing more videos, me getting better. Carlos.
Because you're being willing to be a student of the game.
Exactly. And I want to improve every time. Like, damn, like I watch a video and be like, damn, I already want to change this or do this differently or whatever the case may be. But, I mean, just the dedication, bro. Like, when you're dedicated, it's going to change. A lot of stuff's going to be different, right? You're not going to always do the same stuff. Like, we started off as a sports podcast, if people don't know, right? But we've done different things like Fearful Fridays, Let's Make It Quick when Carlos was gone. Just different stuff to continue to get content out. And yeah, it wasn't really working. We weren't really hitting our stride. We're kind of finding it now. And then even with the off topics, like, I think that's what I got to think about sometimes. Like, we've had approximately, I would say like 35 or 34 guests, because there's a couple off topics that there's no guest on. But for the most part, we've had guests on all of those. The flag, like look at the flag now, like the amount of signatures that are on that now, we're filling it up, bro. Like shit, the rate we're going by next year, hopefully, maybe it's filled up and we gotta get framed, right? That's where we wanted to go.
Yeah, bro, I already told you. If somebody takes my A on that flag, bro, I'm working I'm working everybody in OP Media. Cat, you may catch a stray too just for being affiliated with Cam. But if somebody takes my A, like, come on, Ayo Rue, like, what are they gonna? I will murder somebody. I will murder. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Oh, I know.
You better not let nobody get that bar off on me.
I won't. And the thing is, too, it's cool, bro, because I don't really think about it now. Like, I think about people hitting us up to get on the pod, or when I ask people to get on the pod, I don't really expect, like, a no, really. Because I know people, like, trust what we do, and that's what's cool about it. All the people that got on first. So, Austin, Devin, obviously Albert, me, Carlos.
I forgot Hefner was on there, my boy.
CJ before he even started his, like all the people that show love, show love crazy. Like off rip, right? Became guests. The people when we first got the apartment, Kelly, Gabby, Rob, like
Watermeyer,
Josh, Peyton, like Jeremy, like
we talked about these two actually, and funny enough, in the last episode. Yeah, when, we were running through, or in the last episode we released, which if y'all are looking at this now, I mean that would be episode 3 by this point. But
I think we went to the De La Rue like a little, like right at like 150 followers on Instagram.
Yeah, y'all did.
Like we didn't have a whole lot now. Like now we're at like 526 and climbing daily. So, and that's been after a year of grinding. Like I already know, like next year we're gonna be next summer we're gonna have 1,000.
And bro, that's the crazy thing. Like when I started, talking to you about the formulation of Keep It a Buck and the podcast and everything. We're at like, I think Ayo Rue's at 80, and now we're at 97. We're 3 away.
On subs, yeah.
Like, bro, literally.
The Instagram's what, like close to 120 now?
No, bro, legit. And I'm like, hey, I think it was at maybe 90-something or maybe 80-something. But it's dope because I can genuinely tell people, like I said, people do like the clips and that's cool and people do appreciate the content. But it's hearing people say, I like what you guys are doing and I appreciate what you guys are doing. The recognition is cool. I mean, obviously for you guys, it's in a bigger concept. But for me, for somebody who just being thorough and straightforward, obviously, that's the name of the game of what we do over here. You're
good.
It's the name of the game of what we do over here, bro. And it's, I mean, it's keep it a buck, right? I don't believe in LOMLs right now. I think they're all out to get you. I think they're all out to sabotage me. I think they just think I'm a pretty individual.
Oh,
they want to get a piece of this action. But do I ever fold, Cam? I do not. But to your point, I think it's just, again, bro, it's that factor that you guys definitely work in such a capacity to where you guys have shown a tremendous amount. Because I think one of the most underappreciated parts of dedication is the aspect of working when the lights are off. You ever heard that saying, what's done in the dark will always come to light?
Oh, I know firsthand. Trust me.
I don't think people understand. Like when people think of dedication, they think of, no matter what happens, I'm going to stick by this and I'm going to commit to it and I'm going to be a Disney Channel original movie with it. We're going to encounter an obstacle and I'm going to overcome that obstacle and everybody's going to go home and we're all going to be happy. And that's never the case. I'm sorry. As I've gotten older, what I've realized is dedication is a thing that takes a lot out of you. It takes time, which to me is the most valuable asset we have. It takes effort. It takes energy. It takes consistency. It takes enthusiasm. It takes love. It takes appreciation. It takes consistent awareness. It takes a piece of you. It takes a lot to be dedicated to something you care about. And there's multiple facets of dedication. There's dedication to keeping yourself consistent in who you are as a person, your values, your core beliefs, your characteristics. There's dedication to the things you have hobbies for, right? Working out, cooking, having a hobby, right? These things that you enjoy, if you're a dog, if you have a dog, you're dedicated to taking care of your dog. Who would Mac be if his owner didn't feed him and love him and give him water and appreciate him? You're dedicated to caretaking for the boy. Right? Kim, dedicated to caretaking for the car. Have to give it not just the oil change and tune up and the rotation of the tires, but I'm sure I don't understand cars, so you can break this down a lot better than I can. But there's a lot that goes into fine tuning your car and making it look like the car it is.
Yeah, and always keeping up with it. I mean, that's just from watching it. People don't even do the bare minimum. Like, I'm one of those people, my car is dirty. I feel like it's like a representation of myself. It's like not having a haircut almost. Like, you got like for me, it's like I'm all about presentation. You have a haircut, your car's clean. Like when you get out the car, like people know your car's clean. That means you care about everything.
See, y'all see the outside of his car is clean, but if you've ever been on the inside, that's where you really need to take caution.
My inside of the car is clean. Poof. No, it's clean. Relax. Especially now, I gotta keep it. It's gonna be soon come.
No,
bro.
true enough. Yeah. You do. Like I said, I'm the exact same way. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I had somebody get into my whip the other day, and they're like, dang, Steve, like your car's clean, bro, and I'm like.
Yeah, it's my car. Doubt. I'm gonna take care of it.
Absolutely, this is a reflection of me. You know what I mean?
Like, and it doesn't matter what you drive, bro. Like, I try to tell people, like, they're like, "Oh, our car's nothing." I'm like, bro, if I had like a 1999 Civic, bro, it's gonna look brand new.
My first car was a '97 Honda Accord, bro. I used to call that thing the vintage mobile, bro. I had that boy clean. I don't know how you can have rims on a '97 Honda Accord, but I had rims on a '97 Honda Accord. That boy was a green two-door coupe. It was a sedan. Oh boy, that was my baby. But I kept it clean. And I didn't care. Like that was my baby. And that, it was a dedication factor. It was a representation, I felt like, of who I am as a person. It's something simple. It's just taking 30 minutes to an hour, one day out of the week to thoroughly clean your car. Yeah. But just doing the little things to keep it consistent.
It's therapeutic, bro. Like,
oh, bro. And I don't think people, again, it's all different levels and facets of that. In a nutshell, I guess with everything we've been talking, if you haven't caught on, obviously it's dedication, right? And we're all dedicated to something different, whether that be our values, our morals, our hobbies, our activities, right? Our job. We each have different levels of dedication to what we do. And it affects who we are, it affects how we are, and it affects how we carry ourselves. A lot of people have dedication to a point, to a fixed value. I'm dedicated to this until this benefits me. And once I know I can take advantage of it, then that dedication will begin to weigh down, because what's the point of me dedicating to something that I already know is going to be there? Yeah. A lot of the time people have really strong dedication when something's not paying dividends to it. The second somebody starts getting paid or they start getting rewarded or something starts happening for them, they really stop caring. That's not for everybody now, but for some, it's that aspect of, I've already been there, so why do I care? Look at Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan had a level of dedication that a lot of people would say is unmatched.
Brady.
And a modern day athlete. Thomas Brady. Muhammad Ali.
LeBron.
That was the best of all time, but I was going to digress. I was going to get there. Exactly. Not much has to be said. R.I.P. that boy Kobe Bean Bryant.
Facts.
There's a lot of, and those are just athletes we just talked about. Yeah. We're not talking about artists like Jermaine Cole. We're not talking about artists like Michael Jackson.
Drake, too.
We're talking about Drake. We're not talking about, again, even actors, Leonardo DiCaprio, Denzel Washington, Will Smith. We're not talking about, again, these are just entertainment fields. We could be talking about businesses. We could be talking about people like
Virgil
Abloh, R.I.P. Yeah. We could be talking about people like Jeff Bezos. We could be talking about people like Steve Jobs. We could be talking about Elon. Yeah. Like, we could be talking about so many different aspects of people who were dedicated to a thought, an idea, a perceptive, or something that brought them to an idea that no matter what may happen, I'm going to stay consistent and stay loyal to what I'm trying to do in this and what I'm passionate about and what I care about. And they looked past the ancillaries. They looked past the appreciation. They looked past the money, and they looked past the feelings. They stuck to their commitments, to their values, to the things that was going to bring it about. One of my favorite people, and we discussed this previously, one of my favorite people who talked about dedication, like absolute diehard, was Nip. Nipsey Hussle, the great. Dedicated, not just to the music, but to overcoming the adversity that he was born into and establishing a way to truly bring about a change within his community. He was dedicated to that. There wasn't nothing that was going to stop him in any sort of provision. He was truly dedicated to allowing a new opportunity to be brought, to becoming the difference, regardless of what he had came from. And that's dedication. Because a lot of people could be stuck in their ways. A lot of people could make mistakes. And a lot of people could be stuck in making those mistakes. But it takes true dedication to overcome that, your past, maybe the things that were put on you, your circumstances, things you can't control, and become a force in overcoming those things to set your own lane and stick to that. So, to the sense of Nip, somebody who came from a background where he was maybe in, you know, in a community that wasn't funded well, and circumstances that didn't benefit him well, around people that may have been in a different mindset, and he still got himself to the position he was at. Dedication.
Yep.
It happens in every aspect of life. You don't have to be on the platform to have dedication. You could be somebody who wakes up, clocks in for their 9 to 5 to make the money to pay the bills, to take care of their family and do what you need to do. And that's dedication. It's not a spotlight matter or artistic manner or entrepreneur manner. It's a matter of character.
Yep.
So in reality, what do you know what I'm saying? Tone this down for a second. For somebody like you, what are the aspects of dedication that have correlated with you in terms of your growth and things that you've seen that relate to you when you think about dedication?
The aspects of dedication, I mean, I just feel like at the end of the day, I just feel like it's just a want to. Like, if you don't want to do it, then you won't. But if you like have an internal drive and passion for whatever it is, dedicated to anything, if you get yourself in that mindset, you apply to every facet of your life, whatever that is, working, hobbies, working out, fitness, taking care of yourself. That's dedication. You gotta be dedicated to make a change. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna be the next day, the next week, maybe not even a year from now, right? But you got to know. I always go by the term slow grind. Like, slow grind for me, I know you got to grind. I know it's going to be slow grind. Kamen was probably one of the first people to talk about that when we were like, we'd work out, because he like tore his shoulder and he'd be like, yeah, I'm rehabbing slow grind. Like, I'm going to get back, but I got to chip away daily. And that's how it is with.
That's where our Rome wasn't built in a day statement comes from.
You got to lay down the foundation, right? And then once you lay down the foundation, you got to continue to build up the structure. You got to continue to find ways to improve and evolve, because you can build, a nice house or whatever, or a nice business, and be content with your model.
But what was it laid upon? What you do taking day by day?
You got to put the work in day by day.
How dedicated were you to building everything from the ground up?
And then just like, you got to evolve too. Like, you can be dedicated, but you can also get a false of, complacency, where you think you're dedicated for a while and you're doing the same stuff.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like real dedication is knowing that you can't be dedicated to one thing. You have to change. You have to continue to change, be involved. You got to dedicate yourself to a new idea, which, I mean, for a lot of people, it's hard. They just go with kind of what works, but you got to challenge yourself. And I feel like challenging yourself is another internal part of dedication.
What I was going to say to your point, bro, is that the big thing we've dealt with in our lifetime because of the era we live in is the idea of going viral, right? Yeah. The idea of going viral tells you that at any given moment, something can blow up like that. Now, mind you, it's from a genuine moment, so who knows, who's to say that these people weren't doing what they were doing prior? You know what I'm saying? So who knows, maybe they were putting out videos and something popped off, or maybe they were putting out a product and something popped off, or maybe they were doing something, whatever. But the idea of going viral is like this microwave moment. You put it in the microwave, it heats up, and all of a sudden it explodes into something that's far beyond the precedent that you thought it would come about. Here's the issue with that. A lot of people, when they have that moment, what you see after that is kind of nothing. Maybe they didn't intend to go viral and they did. Maybe they were trying to go viral and they did because they wanted that acknowledgement or that spotlight. Some people just naturally go viral because it's something that they've been working towards for a while, and then boom, something sticks. They break the algorithm, they crack the code, and they went viral. But now they have the content, they have the evidence per se. They have the, they have the thing to prove that, even though this is a viral moment, this is not something that just popped up. This is something that's been here. You guys are just now catching on to this because this is the thing that caught the heat. But it's always been here. We've always been doing this. It's been a moment that we've always been, we've been in this movement. And that, to me, is a key difference because, again, you can go viral. You can have your moment. You can have your 15 minutes of fame. But past that, what's going to be the case? If people see you've been dedicated to something, I feel like a lot of these people who, in this day and age, if something from y'all were to go viral, which we've had a couple things that have reached, numerous amount of people, they can also look at your repertoire, your resume, and say, hey, Opinionated they have 3 podcasts that are currently rotating. They have about 5 affiliates, right? They associate themselves with Toga Media, Lonnie Edits, Keep It a Buck, Opinionated, and Park Car Talks, right?
Yeah.
They have a repertoire that speaks for itself. This is not just them kind of messing around. They caught a viral moment. They were like, oh, what do we do with this? No, exactly. There's evidence behind that one thing. But again, that's the dedication level. I heard this saying, and I think the person they compared it to was Morgan Freeman. It's like you can be working for like 40 to 50 plus years for something and nothing works out. But then that 1 year, everything finally explodes for you and blows up. And all it took was that amount of time. Is it all going to be worth it when it comes together? Absolutely. But Morgan Freeman, who probably didn't have a major role until like the mid to late 40s, 50s of his life, I believe. That's my understanding. Mm-hmm. A major role where he began to get appreciated. Mm-hmm. It's the same concept for us. How long are we going to build this platform, this portfolio, until people start seeing, oh my God, they've been putting out episodes. They've been putting out content. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. It's not just Keep It a Buck. It's an affiliate. Who's the, what network are they under? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, the Opinionated Media Network. Well, who are they? Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? And then they start going down the rabbit hole. They start seeing the videos. They start seeing the evidence. Mm-hmm. Oh, they've been doing this for like 2 years now? Oh, okay. That's what it is. And then mind you now, branching out at things like Cats, Kitchens, Crafts, we have, again, a lot of things that are now beginning. So when, obviously, again, universal love language is food around here. Let's keep it a buck, that and music. If people see cat stuff and they say, wow, that's such a great meal. And she has a video that blows up because she done made some fire dish. Shout out to that tri-tip steak we had last week. And boy, that shit was phenomenal. But if they see something like that and that blows up and they're like, well, who is she affiliated with? Like, who is she?
Who's shooting her stuff?
Yeah, oh, Toga Media, opinion. Oh my God. Oh, look at this content. Yeah. Oh my God. It all trickles down because it shows you that in multiple aspects, we've been dedicated not just to ourselves, but to investing into a brand, an idea, a perception, and that we are just one piece of many pieces that have dedicated their time, their effort, and their energy into building something together. Because we knew one person couldn't do it, 2 people couldn't do it, 3 people couldn't do it, 4 couldn't even do it, not even 5 or 6 or 7. A conglomerate of individuals make up our family. The family that puts out everything. Editing, shooting, audio.
Everything. And
everything is done in-house.
Yeah, everything.
We don't outsource anything.
We don't even have additional, we don't have someone we've hired on for thumbnails.
Nobody, everybody
everything's in-house.
Everything is in-house.
Yeah.
The person that does our images for our podcast is literally right there behind the camera, who's also the same person who has their own YouTube channel, who's also the same person who does everything shooting-wise for us. So not only do we have an in-house producer, we have an in-house cook who has our own cooking channel and Cat's Kitchen Crafts. And not to mention, we also have somebody who edits our cover images.
Yeah.
That's 3 aspects.
And she's been a big help at Opinionated.
She's been a phenomenal help just for my podcast, let alone what she's done for the Opinionated team.
Not even worrying about having to, and that's the dedication on her part. Not even having to worry about a thumbnail. Back in the day, we know the video's good, we know the content's good, but with YouTube, you gotta have that image that gets people to click it.
That's what. Yep. You know what I mean? Yep.
Everything it's been helping a lot.
And that's what I'm saying. That's that dedication factor. You have people over multiple capacities. Myself, if y'all needed me to hop on something to be like, Steve, we need a quick edit on something. We don't have time to throw something together. We just, this is the clip we're looking at. This is how we, this is the presentation style we're trying to give off. By all means, bro. It's a bigger picture to me because it's bigger than me. And it's a dedication level. Without the OPM family, I wouldn't be here. But due to that, I'm now going to give you everything I got because you've given me a platform to be able to establish something.
Yeah.
It's the same concept, bro. Dedication to that point doesn't also derive. It derives from many, but it derives from one. It starts with you. If you can't finalize that concept in yourself to find something that you're genuinely passionate about, bro, and something you really and truly have a love for, bro, you're not gonna. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I keep on getting these off on camera, and it's starting to get to me at this point. It's probably my 6th time. I think in every episode I've got one of those off. I think that's dedication.
It's the drinks, the carbonation,
But I'm sipping water.
Yeah, but beforehand you weren't though.
Bro, why do y'all keep on dedicating this episode to exposing me?
Yeah, because we're not sponsored by water yet. We need to be sponsored by something though. So
by water?
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah. Anything. Smart water.
It's just regular water.
Hey, we could be sponsored by water. Smart water.
Who's what? No, but the drink water, there's no sponsor behind water itself.
Exactly, but I'm saying you can get us a sponsor. You can talk about a Smart Water or a Voss Water or a
Cat's Water.
Oh my goodness, that might have to be a what you call it, a company we start in the future. You know what I mean? Olive oil first though.
Hey, there you go. And that is, you know what? We do have a sponsor.
Cat's olive oil.
It's Cat. Just Cat. Cat's our sponsor.
But
at this point, it's everything.
I mean, we're gonna take anything, honestly, as long as it's with
I'm not gonna say I'm taking
with good intentions.
I'm not taking anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying, with good intentions.
Yeah, y'all ain't gonna get me. Y'all ain't no. Because funny enough, Jackalope is gonna want to be like, "Hey, we want to give you." Yeah, no, you better stay over there on your heathenistic street. You.
And be like, and introducing Keep It a Buck. Imagine doing a live podcast and Jackalope. That's sick. They need that though.
The second I hear Sicko Mode, I'm out. That Sicko Mode gonna hit at 12 a.m.
Be like, so how do y'all feel about going out to fill a void?
Sun is down, freezing cold. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have to close the podcast. Thank y'all for joining us today. We got to get out of here.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, some people got some real life dedication to that. Hey, God bless, man.
I mean, that's a different kind of dedication.
You remember the accountability episode, bro? You can keep yourself accountable to the wrong things, and dedication is the same way. You could dedicate your time to the wrong people. Weren't we just having a conversation about that prior to recording, Cat? You can dedicate yourself and your time to the wrong people. And that is a genuine concern because it's not just people, it's things. It's hobbies, it's activities, it's a lot of things you can dedicate.
What you allow to control you.
Exactly. If you didn't hear that, she just said what you allow to control you. That's a bar. Because what you allow yourself to be dedicated to can determine where you put yourself at. If you don't dedicate yourself and give yourself time to the right people, the right places, the right activities, the right things, the right mindset, what you'll find is a dedication of lackluster things that keep you in a lackluster environment because you're holding yourself to lackluster standards. See,
you have so much to give. If you put it in the wrong place, how are you going to give the right things the dedication you need?
We need to clip this. That's it. She's always
talking. Has to wear a mic.
I'm about to start getting her. We're about to have to get another mic because, you know what? Point being, if you don't take the time to dedicate in the accountability sense, bro, if you're not keeping yourself accountable to the right things that you're dedicating your time to, then what are you truly doing? Right? Where are you at?
I agree.
People dedicate themselves to a set of values, not realizing that set of values is detrimental to what they want to do in this lifetime. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that not producing content was going to be detrimental to my own personal health because I wasn't keeping myself accountable to anything than just getting by. Mm. And you can't just get by just to get by.
That's a lot of people too. A lot of people don't have that mentality like to, go through with something and be dedicated to changing stuff. Like at the end of the day, we're all taught to, do well for ourselves, etc. But there's a reason why there's successful families, successful generations, successful people. It's because everyone builds on that. For example, your family does well. They're well-established people. In your mind, at least for me, like the foundation my family's laid for me and my siblings should be dedicated to improve on that, to continue to build that
to build upon it.
You know what I mean? Like that's important. Absolutely. A lot of people, they just like, oh, I'm content. Like my parents did well. Like, oh, whatever. I went to school. Like I have a good job. Like I'm cool with that.
I did everything I was supposed to.
Which is fine. But like, I don't know. Like I said, you can either be dedicated with the life that you got, or you can really be dedicated and change your life for the better. Take control of your life, essentially. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is about. Us building this, making this, is to eventually take control of our life and make our life what we want it to be.
Take control of our time, take control of our circumstances.
Time, finances.
Take control of our finances, our mental state, bro. Take control. But what is going to incapacitate is how much we dedicated to it. Because think about it like this. Your job pays you because you dedicate the majority of their time to them, correct?
Oh, yeah.
That's what it is. You dedicate your time, your effort.
You do a service and you get paid for your service whatever according to what they think you're worth. But there's a cap on that, obviously.
There's a cap on that.
You know what I mean? There's no cap on doing something your own. It doesn't have to be content. It could be you starting a business. But depending on how much money you make is how much money you put in, but that's going to be on you. Like, it's not going to be just like, oh, like I work for this company. Yeah, I do more than this person, but
I got my bricks off.
I just make a little bit more than them, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's kind of where I've always been like.
But that's what people are dedicated to too.
Yeah.
They're dedicated to the amount. They're not dedicated to a principle more so than they are just to, this brings me an adequate amount of bread, and that's that on that. So it's tough, bro, because again, it's all within the values you're aligning to. For you, and to your point, hey, my parents got a good place. They put me in a good position. You know what? I can just kind of coast through. Well, at that point, you're dedicated to the idea of complacency. And that's just because everything before you was set, so you don't have a standard. For me, knowing what I came from, knowing the background and the environment that I came from, and knowing that the people that were around me and the people that, put me in the position I'm in today. I have a dedication to doing better for the people that come after me, but at the same time, also showing appreciation and love to the people that are around me and just on this earth in general, fam, because there's not a lot of time we have. There's a small spectrum, a small gap that we are and that we represent. And then past that and before us was the same exact thing. So why not take the time that we've been given and dedicate that to something that's actually going to have a meaningful effect? Your dedication shows and speaks a lot to your character. It speaks a lot to who you are as a person and a lot to your morals. Because what you dedicate yourself to is what you're going to be reflective of. What you give the majority of your time to and in tune with dedication is going to be reflective of you. If I'm just a workaholic and all I think about is work, 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 and all I think about is my job, and all I think that's my dedication is to my job, nothing else. If you spend a lot of time with your family and that's all you do is be with your family, I'm not saying, again, nothing wrong with any of these things, but you're a family man. That's your dedication to your family. You invest in our podcast and the company a lot, the media group, podcasting for you. It's podcasting Fridays, podcasting Tuesdays,
Mondays? Occasionally Tuesdays. Obviously on Wednesdays for us, and then even me and even me and CJ have been talking about doing some BB content. If you know, on Mondays. So, like I said, Monday through Friday, I'm just locked in, and that's why weekends are important. I got to dedicate those to myself.
You know what I'm saying? I mean? So like it's the same thing, bro. It's like if you don't take that time to naturally be respective of your time, and dedicate to the right things, then the path you're gonna follow into is going to be something that is lackluster because it's not something that has some thorough content. For me personally, what I found was once I started dedicating myself to the things that brought importance and value to my life, not on a selfish level, but more so on a level that because of the people that invested in me deserved, or the people and the things that invested in me deserved that dedication from me, that's when everything I felt like started to fall in line. I started surrounding myself with people who were partially dedicated to helping me become a better person. And I say partially because obviously everybody has their own lives and everybody's doing their own thing, but they were, at least a part of them was dedicated to seeing me grow as an individual. People like you, people like my gym crew, people like my pastor and my people at church and, my family. And all these people are partially dedicated to seeing me grow as an individual and as a man. So it's like, I got a lot of people that are dedicating a small portion of their time, which to me is just as important. They're dedicating their time or a portion of it to help me grow and learn and overcome and grow as an individual.
Absolutely.
So why wouldn't I take my own time to do the same for others, and on top of that, invest into myself?
Exactly. That's it.
It's really just a tough thing, man. I think at the end of the day, where do you define dedication?
I define dedication as, you just, what you got to do. You wake up every day, you got to get certain things done throughout the day. But being dedicated, I feel like you got to go above and beyond. And that's with anything that you're doing. That's not just doing the bare minimum. That's doing the little things better. That's improving. That's doing something to its full, ability. And it is strenuous on a person, like someone can be like, oh, like this is a lot taking it out of me. But that's what dedication is. It's not going to be easy. Like it's never easy to be dedicated to something you're doing. And that could be even as just like we say, jobs, working above and beyond in your job, or like, just like with the content creation, being dedicated, knowing we post Wednesdays for this, keep it a bug, knowing we post Fridays for opinionated, and then knowing we post on Mondays for PCT. Like, you got to be dedicated to stick to these schedules, like especially when you post something and it gets no views or the views you don't expect, you're like, damn, like, I should have did this, or it could have got more. But you got to be dedicated. Like, you got to be able to brush it to the side. Be like, no, that's just something I put out, and it might get watched later. But I got to be dedicated. I got to post more. I still got to post. And it might feel like you're beating a dead horse, but that's when I say dedicate and evolve. You got to dedicate yourself to understanding maybe what you're doing isn't working. So where's your dedication got to go? It's got to go somewhere else. You got to go somewhere else. You got to change something. You got to go in a different direction. That's still being dedicated to what your overall goal is in long term. So I think dedication, you just have to do it, bro. Like, you can't make excuses. This is something I feel like it's something that you can develop, but I feel like if you're really dedicated to something, you just got it or you don't. Too.
And people think it's to a moment. They work up to this one moment, and then once that moment's gone, they don't know what to do. But it's a brick by brick thing, bro. It's a day by day thing. You're building a foundation, and then on top of that foundation, then you begin to build your house. So even after all you poured into for the hard work of building a solid foundation, maybe breaking bad habits, pouring in good ones, forming yourself and getting everything aligned, you still have to now build on top of that for what you want to do. And that's a hard thing, bro. Dedication is a lifetime process. It's a brick by brick process. It's a process that is, in honor of the gentleman we're talking about today and the concept he had, it's a marathon. It's not something that you can just run a 100-meter sprint on a week basis and now all of a sudden, look, you're on top and everything's good and life is good and you're living your life and there's nothing. Bro, it's a day by day process. And if you're not taking the time to appreciate the little progress that is made day by day, then you're not truly seeing the bigger picture of dedication, what it could bring. Because it's something that it's an underappreciated art. Sometimes you have to be okay with a little at that moment. But it doesn't come from the satisfaction of what others can give to you. It comes from the satisfaction that you put in the work. You gave it your all. You took the time to invest in the things that you cared about. And regardless of the social outcome, regardless of the perception of others, regardless of what it may bring, you're keeping yourself accountable to the standards you set for yourself. And that's all there is to it. So with that being said, I think, Cam, this is a perfect time for us to do a little something special for this episode.
Yes, sir.
Do a little something that, in honor of this episode. We haven't really done this before. We started last week talking about local artists that really matter to us and things that, people that made music that, again, really had an impact and genuinely, we love their music. We love what they talk about. We're big fans of their work. But for this ending segment on today's episode, we wanted to take the time to show some love and appreciation in honor of, how many years has it been now?
I think it's 3 or 4. Nipsey passed when we were seniors in college.
Yes, and he passed
that spring.
He passed in March because I think he passed like 2 weeks after my birthday. So, if you don't know, Nipsey Hussle was a popular rap artist, entrepreneur based out of Crenshaw, California, a neighborhood located in Los Angeles County of California. He was an individual that wholeheartedly believed in the concept of dedication, running the marathon. It took him the majority of his career to release his first major label album and his only album, Victory Lap, which compounded on the idea of dedication and the things he did for his neighborhood, for his community, coming from the circumstances he came from, coming from the place he came from, coming from everything that he was developed and built in, showed a complete dedication not only to improving his life and beating adversity, beating circumstances, and being dedicated to a better cause, but to running the marathon, overcoming everything, not living in the moment, but living past that. So we wanted to take this time to acknowledge him, to say rest in peace to Nip the Great, to say thank you for everything you put where you are on this earth, music-wise, mindset-wise. For me personally, a lot of his quotes that he's put out still stick with me to this day. Obviously, I've been journaling for a while now, for years, and I probably have at least 20 to 30 Nipsey quotes. A lot of them repeat themselves, but that's just how big his stuff stuck with me, bro. It's a different level. It's a different mindset. It's not just a one-time thing, man. It's a thing that really carries a connotation. So, I could go on for days, bro, but I truly am grateful when I look at somebody like Nipsey Hussle, because he impacted not only his community, but a lot of people outside of that realm who were just grinding, bro. Grinding all their life.
Grinding all my life. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Grinding all their life for an opportunity to be better than what they were given and the circumstances that they were put in.
With that being said, we got to play. Come on now, whatever the word is, that dedication with Kendrick too.
Off of Nip's debut album, his only album, 2018's Victory Lap?
Yes, correct. 2018. Grammy. Did he win a Grammy with this?
He was nominated. He should have won the Grammy. I think Cardi B won the Grammy that year for Invasion of Privacy. But for the Grammy-nominated album, debut album, only album, one of the greatest albums of all time, Nipsey Hussle's Victory Lap, ladies and gentlemen.
You gotta say dedicated what you're true to. What is that for you now?
It's gonna be selfish with myself.
That's not selfish.
the things that don't make me happy, because happiness is an emotion. Emotions are temporary. But what I'm true to is the things that give me life and power. That's my God. That's my family. That's my loved ones. That's the people that have been put in my life. That's my job. That's everything that I have right now in this moment. That's what I'm dedicated to. Because, if you don't remember, from day one, I've always said, if it's meant for you, it won't miss you. If it misses you, it won't, it's never meant for you. That's what it is right now. It's y'all. It's what we're doing. Past this, it's everything that everybody's poured into me and taken the time to give to me. Because those people have dedicated time out of their day to invest. So who am I not to be grateful and do the same for them and for others? So that's it. Dedicated to the bigger picture.
Absolutely. We know what that is because we're going to get there soon.
That's all it is, my guy. So without further ado, big Sixers in the cut. Keep it a buck. It's your boy Rue. I'm with that man Juice. 6 down and a lifetime ago, ladies and gentlemen. If you tuned in with us, thank you so much. Make sure you clip. Make sure you look at the clips, right? Of course. But make sure you click that subscribe button if you're watching us on YouTube. We're obviously uploading every week. Wednesdays, audio is coming out 7 a.m. as a Spotify exclusive and dropping at YouTube visuals every week. Again, Wednesday at 12 p.m. Go ahead and click that notification bell so you can see every time we're uploading. On top of that, make sure you go ahead and, again, click follow, subscription, toss up a like. Let us know what you thought down below. Cam, I've been waiting for one of these person to hop in our comments and tell us, a subject we need to cover, a word or a question or something. We might have to have Kat on here and interview us like a talk show host next time, honestly.
Yeah. I'm more than happy.
I would like to see what she had. We may have to do that. We may have to make the big number 7, the episode where Kat tosses us a couple questions. Maybe gets our perspective on some of
what
life
I think would be cool
situations.
too, just to put out a poll weekly of like Q&A of like on like the socials and to see like what people like would want to ask, so we can like maybe answer like 2 questions.
Kat, you definitely got to be the curator for that. We get some questions going, have Kat formulate something, maybe cook up and see what she can.
And then she can read them out to us.
Absolutely.
Or
something.
So get the audience involved.
Exactly.
Because there's people that listen to this that might want to, ask something anonymously.
Which is absolutely okay.
And then ask you, maybe jot down like 3-4 questions. We pick from like the best 2. We add in our closing segments and kind of answer those for people who need it. So,
by all means, we can dedicate an episode to
exactly. Literally, if we have enough questions, for sure, that'd be fire.
I might have questions.
She might. That's what I'm saying.
The toxicity might have questions. We might have to ask.
They don't need any questions answered.
No, they do.
They don't need any questions answered. They don't. They have questions they need to answer themselves before they come and answer to us, and that includes myself. Boy, I'll tell you what, dedicated to letting these things go. You dig?
Yes, sir.
All that being said, closing out from Austin, Texas, it's your boy Rue, man. I'm with that boy Juice, and we appreciate you for tuning up for another episode of Keep the Buck, man. We'll catch you in the next one. Much love and appreciation. You dig. And never forget, OU sucks.
Boomer. And that DNA gonna be on display soon.
Yeah, nobody cares about them.